between the Arizona Cardinals and the Mexico City Conquistadors. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the D-line's going to spread out. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Look at the time. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you get 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now a handoff looking right. And an alley to run. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
Here we go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And on the ground they go with a running back. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. So a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Carrington coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. Watching now, Barney.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. And they give this time to the tailback. And cuts out right sideline. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there touchdown in this opening quarter. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. He told us he was going to hit the end zone a couple times in this game. I just don't know that he envisioned doing it in the first quarter.
He probably did. I'm not sure we did,
yeah.
right? Because all the great ones, that's what they do. They dream about it, right? They think about it. They envision it. They think it's going to happen and almost will themselves into it. I just look at what he's done so far and just wonder what's left to come. Let's sit back and enjoy this one.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
And, boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for 2 now while their heads are down.
The defense once more getting set to do battle as they head back out. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And they'll run it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll power his way up near the 25. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. So after the mistake by the offense, it cost him 5 yards. And now 1st and 15.
Here we go. 3-19.
And they'll go on the ground. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He's got his man on the crossing route. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense, so you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. but everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
It's a 5-yard pickup that time. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they're on the move as they face a second down here.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught at the 20. And touchdown. Trey Mason, 59 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Well, looking down at my game card here, that's 5 drives now for them and 4 touchdowns. I think anybody would take an 80% ratio.
I'm sure that they would, but if you flip it over to the other side of the ball, what are they going to hang their hat on? There was one possession. They held them to no score whatsoever. That's what they're going to try and build on and try and slow this team down.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And now back out comes the offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
Hurry up, here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown! Trey Mason, 88 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns on.
With a little over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, the offense gets ready to take over. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for the touchdown. Trey Mason saving it. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Now a play fake here on first down. Backing up, trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown! Their big-bodied receiver, 70. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And here now the offense heading back out there. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, that's caught inside the 20. And touchdown! Trey Mason on his way to a historic performance. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They go play action here on first down. He's going to try and go deep again. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to go up top again. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big... play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Ten yards to go on 3rd. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
All right, here we go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A surprising move to go for it. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Over. Green 39. Green 39.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And incomplete. Probably should have had that one, but with the game he's having tonight, maybe they'll let it go.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll come out in the pistol. And the play clock's running down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. Right? They have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up fourth down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. They'll look to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape of this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Back to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now this offense ready to take over again. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Here we go now.
And they'll run it here. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Out of the gun now on third down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A very solid gain of 27. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll look to throw here on first down. And incomplete. Probably should have had that one, but with the game he's having tonight, maybe they'll let it go.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll set up a throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. And quickly they get to the line. Now they'll run it on the toss. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
When big runs occur, sometimes there's a sense that things are pretty easy, and that one carried them down inside the 10. But getting into the end zone now, that won't be easy at all because you're going to face different defenses and not as much real estate to work with. Will they be able to run it, or will they have to throw it in order to try and score?
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up. And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Both the run and pass still in play here on 3rd and goal from the 3. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Charles and we have brought our talents to South Beach, or at least in the neighborhood of South Beach, as we are in beautiful Miami, Florida. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Mexico City Conquistadors and the London Black Knights. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And some space here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down. So they bring out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And great special teams work here. This is knock it on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And tough starting field position here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the 1st. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. 3rd down now following the run. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run.
And all the way in for the touchdown. A great effort there. 70 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. So much for just picking up the 1st down. How about that run all the way on 3rd down into the end zone?
I'd say this was a bonus run because you're right. All you're trying to do is get the 1st down in that situation. But to top it off with that gigantic sprint and to go all the way, the only thing he's worried about near the end of that run is if someone's going to jump on his back, and I mean Mr. Fatigue. And that's all he was worried about. Well-conditioned, carried it all the way.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Oh, nice move. And some room to maneuver. It's a big play there. 42 yards on the ground. So the offense has it 1st and 10. He's been reliable all year, and he continues that reliability here on the biggest stage.
And when we were in a production meeting with the offensive coordinator, didn't he kind of mention, maybe even smile about the idea of running the football? It's worked well for them.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play in any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Offense needs 11, have to think pass here on 3rd down. So the D-line's going to spread out. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Room here to run. Spinning past him. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd down following the run.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Back to throw here. Looking for someone to throw to. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those... Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it's London football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. A long way to go for the offense here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Can't find anyone open. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going.
Now, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And now back out comes the offense. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what he
He would have
hates?
kept it on the ground.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Cuts it out to the sideline. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. That was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
The tight end in motion right. And he'll give it here to his running back. They find some open field here. Touchdown! A great play there. 32 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Tackle made by Bruce Carter.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy.
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Finding time. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Pulled in at the 24. Touchdown! A great effort there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Sergio Brown there on the tackle.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
He takes this for 3 to the 29. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of the Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. He'll look to throw, finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it, surveying the field. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really getting to the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees a short.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! Trey Mason, 64 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
Do you seriously just skip the halftime of the Super Bowl? Who does that? It's the Super Bowl. Watch the halftime show. All right, here we go.
Third quarter action now. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. In motion left goes a tight end. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go now.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. We'll give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. A 16-yard touchdown run. And this offense is running away with this one. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And some room to roam now. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there. 47 yards on the ground. They've had a tough time tracking him down all night, and that might have been the best chapter in the Super Bowl book so far.
And I don't want to jinx him, but I just saw the engraver walk by with the Super Bowl MVP trophy. Maybe it's in order for him. Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer and how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease.
And he will take it in for the touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Play fake here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. Trey Mason, 78 yards. After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one good for 21 yards. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And on the ground they go with the running back. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown! A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They come out here in the eye. And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Again, we'll see the pistol here. That one looks like he'll throw here. Deep drop. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down deep in their territory. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Now let's go.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They go play action here on first down. Backing up. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now it looks like a big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.